Do they know who he is if they're asking questions like that? Oh, oh, oh. That's messed up.
So, 50 years of Super Sentai. That's a milestone very few franchises can say they've reached. I figured I'd celebrate the occasion by going back and watching the series that started it all, Himitsu Sentai Goranger. And believe me, I've been putting this off for the longest time, but now's a better time than ever. So I've been streaming 3 episodes a week via Twitch. But here on YouTube, I'm going to be reviewing the show in 10 episode increments. And starting off with the first 10 episodes, I was pleasantly surprised because there was a slight bit more continuity than I was kind of expecting for a show from this era. It begins with the villains of the series, the Black Cross Army, attacking 5 branches of the Japanese military group known as Eagle. But at each branch, they left a survivor. We have Tsuyoshi Kaijo, Aka Ranger, played by Naoya Makoto, Akira Shinmei, Owl Ranger, played by the legendary Hiroshi Miyauchi, Daita Oiwa, Key Ranger, played by Bakuha Takayama, Peggy Matsuyama, Momo Ranger, played by Lisa Komaki, and Kenji Asuka, Mito Ranger, played by Yukio Ito. These 5 are brought together to form Goranger, Eagle's secret action force made to oppose Black Cross. The origins as to how they were each recruited are a bit sparse, as it's not really explained at first, but apparently we're given more detail later in the series. But for the time being, it's just Aka Ranger going around telling everyone, hey, you're a Go Ranger now. Now the first 5 episodes kind of flow into each other as we see each Ranger face off against the general that destroyed their respective Eagle branch. So everyone's kind of given equal focus. And that's what I meant by the continuity being there. Oh, and did I mention the Black Cross Führer? Yeah, for some reason, Showa-era tokusatsu had this obsession with, let's just say, their villains sporting clan iconography. But you see this guy at the end of each episode like, curses, foiled again. He's like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. Now, the next 5 episodes is where things begin to get a bit more episodic. There's plots where the villains would either kidnap some important diplomat or a plot to try and poison all of Japan, and they even try to create a hurricane at one point. And I know that they're supposed to be the bad guys, but why do they want to destroy the place they live? I imagine that's a common issue for a lot of Showa-era villains. It's like my scheme doesn't have to make sense. I'm just evil for evil's sake. But with that being said, at this point, instead of doing individual focused episodes, we'll see the team tag teaming against the monster of the week more often than not. But that doesn't mean there weren't any standout episodes though. Matter of fact, I'd say my favorite episode so far was 10. It involves a wild goose chase for a diode capable of causing a hurricane, and a random child ends up getting caught in the crossfire. It's an action-packed episode filled with boat fights, espionage, and suicide bombers, holy sh**. But even after all that, the episode ends on somewhat of a sweet note, if you can call it that, where the monster Wing Mask leaves the girl with a red balloon before he ends up dying, and she bids him farewell and she releases the balloon in his honor. Bit of a weird ending, but it shows that the villains may not be entirely evil. Overall, Goranger is off to a decent start. It's partially character-driven and part spy thriller, and when I say character-driven, I mean that ever so slightly. Like, it's there, but it's kind of sparse, if you know what I mean. But that's to be expected for a show of this time. And if you ask me, the spy thriller aspect is the real reason to watch this show. There's a lot of gun action, sneaking around, and assassinations and assassination attempts galore. And the crazy part about that is, this is a kid's show. Now, of course, being a seasoned tokusatsu fan, I'm pretty desensitized to this, but try showing this to someone outside the know or outside the fandom and see how they react. It's probably going to be a mix of, wow, this looks super dated and terrible, but holy shit, they actually killed those guys. Anyway, I'm Midwest Tokusatsu, and I'll see you all in the next video.